Political landscape in Catalonia and Spain is changing and new leaders are emerging stronger, even if at odds ideologically. Hello and welcome to Catalan News. Carles Puigdemont is probably one of the most well-known Catalan leaders abroad, and despite not having set foot in the country for over 9 months now, this weekend he secured control of his PDeCAT party. This, as a right-wing anti-abortion young politician, Pablo Casado was elected leader of the Spanish People's Party. Bear with us to learn the implications of all of this, as well as some good news for victims of the Spanish Civil War. President Quim Torra met today with the Spanish government delegate in Catalonia, Teresa Cunillera, in order to continue their efforts to re-establish trust between Madrid and Barcelona. This, as many are wondering how the new leaderships in two of the most important parties in Catalonia and Spain might affect this ongoing deadlock.
Two crucial party conventions took place over the weekend, and their outcome is likely to have major political consequences. In Catalonia, centre-right PDeCAT, which for years led the country under the name Convergencia, chose a new leadership, and perhaps more importantly, decided to join Carles Puigdemont's new political platform, La Crida. From Belgium, the former president aims to bring together the pro-independence parties on a unitary ticket.
Que ningú tingui por de participar activament en la Crida. Es pot ser del PDeCAT i ser de la Crida. És més, si ets del PDeCAT, has de ser de la Crida.
The former party leader resigned over discrepancies with Puigdemont, and this is not good news for Spanish President Pedro Sánchez. The support of Catalan pro-independence parties in Madrid was instrumental in his dethroning of Mariano Rajoy and continues to be key for the socialists to rule Spain. PDeCAT has already warned Sánchez that from now on their votes will be harder to get. In response, the government is calling for responsibility.
Que en aquell moment estaven fent el millor que podien fer pels ciutadans de Catalunya i pel conjunt d'Espanya, pues estic segura que serà l'actitud que els inspirarà.
But the pressure on Sánchez will also intensify from the opposite side. Rajoy's departure triggered a change of guard in the leadership of the People's Party, and the chosen one is Pablo Casado, a hardliner who is critical of Sánchez for his dialogue with Catalan parties.
Por reforzar nuestra Constitución en vez de plantear abrirla en canal. Por intentar reforzar nuestro Código Penal para poder evitar cualquier desafío secesionista.
Casado's election is seen as a response to Ciutadans, the main unionist party in Catalonia, which is rising in polls all across Spain with its tough stance against independence. The new party leader pledged to reconquer Catalonia, and in an unambiguous political statement he chose Barcelona to host the first meeting of the new party's leadership.
Shocking images this weekend at the central Catalan town of Vic, where protesters against the imprisonment of pro-independence politicians have made an installation using yellow crosses. A car drove at high speed into the large square, running over hundreds of the more than 2,500 crosses put there. Some pedestrians shouted insults and even kicked out at the vehicle, in images that quickly went viral on the internet and caused a huge reaction amongst politicians.
Una condemna sense pal·liatius al fet, és evident que no es pot entrar en un cotxe en una zona que és peatonal, posant en perill la seguretat de les persones. Quan vaig veure les imatges, la veritat és que són terribles. En primer lloc, aquesta condemna sense pal·liatius. D'altra banda, ja saben que nosaltres també hem dit sempre que no pot ser que s'apropiï ningú de l'espai públic.
De fet, el que veiem és que la violència sempre ve de la mateixa banda i que la passivitat de l'estat espanyol i, de fet, la seva mateixa actuació l'1 d'octubre ha donat ales a feixismes, ha donat ales a actituds clarament feixistes, actituds violentes, actituds d'intimidació, d'amenaça.
El PSC creu que no hi hagués hagut d'haver creus grogues a la plaça Major de Vic i creu que cap ciutadà s'ha de prendre la justícia per la seva mà i creu que les autoritats totes i els càrrecs electes tots hauríem de defensar la neutralitat de l'espai públic perquè tots els ciutadans i ciutadanes s'hi puguin sentir còmodes.
Are you travelling to or from Barcelona in the next few days? Then brace yourself as there are coming strikes that could disrupt your plans. On Wednesday and Thursday, Ryanair pilots are going on strike, not only here in Catalonia and Spain, but also in other countries such as Portugal and Belgium. Some 400 flights have been affected, and the airline is saying it will make sure everyone can arrive to their destination. Also on Wednesday and Thursday, taxi drivers in the Catalan capital will start a strike against Uber and other transport apps that they see as competition. And the Iberia ground crew will also strike on Friday and Saturday, and on the 3rd and 4th of August. And this can also affect partner airline Vueling, that has recently suffered a lot of delays, prompting protests from the Barcelona council.
Vueling presta un 60% gairebé dels vols que es produeixen a l'aeroport del Prat. Estem tenint retards permanents, no pot ser que la ciutadania estigui deixada a la mà de Déu allà i per tant com a Ajuntament de Barcelona serem al màxim d'exigència amb aquest tema. Ho hem dit, i està en joc la imatge i la reputació de la ciutat, però està en joc sobretot els drets bàsics dels usuaris i usuàries de l'aeroport.
Moving on now, the Spanish Civil War was one of the bloodiest conflicts in Europe during the 21st century. It was actually a field test for the Second World War, especially for fascist Italian and German planes that helped Franco win the conflict. But unlike the Nazis, Franco was able to stay in power beyond the 40s, and this had huge implications for a whole generation of victims that are still visible today.
Closure has been a long time coming for the family of one victim of the Spanish Civil War. 80 years after his death, the first remains of a civilian from the western town of El Soleràs have been identified and are now finally going home. But this is just the beginning. Countless other victims are yet to be named. The man is the first to be recovered from the mass graves of that dark time in history thanks to the genetic identification program. All these years later, Leandro Preixens Torrebadella will be laid to rest with his family.
Pues a enterrar-les allí on li correspon, al cementiri, juntament amb els seus familiars, la meva padrina, les seves filles.
Living relatives participated in the program, submitting genetic data to the DNA bank as part of the mass graves plan. This data was then cross-matched with bone remains.
Aquest individu correspon a un individu que estava en una de les fosses que probablement corresponia a individus civils del Soleràs, conseqüència dels bombardejos.
The remains of 4 more people recovered in Soleràs will also be identified shortly. They all perished during the bombing of the town on Christmas night in 1938. Identifying the victims of that brutal period of history is a race against time.
Anem molt tard. Cada dia queden menys víctimes i menys testimonis, però estem prement l'accelerador.
Throughout Spain as a whole, the whereabouts of more than 114,000 people remain unknown. This has been condemned by the UN. In Catalonia alone, there are more than 200 confirmed mass graves. For some families hoping to close a chapter on the past, closure is still a long way off.
How was life in the Renaissance? In the town of Tortosa in southern Catalonia, every year they try to go back centuries and help visitors experience just that. The Renaissance Fair in Tortosa has seen record numbers of visitors this year, with over 200,000 people attending the stand, the music performances, or playing some of the historic games. The Catalan president, Quim Torra, visited the town over the weekend and even dressed in a traditional cape. The leader of the opposition, Inés Arrimadas, also went to the fair, set in a beautiful landscape near the cathedral. And with this, we finish today's show. We leave you some images of this weekend's concert at the Cap Roig Festival, which saw the world-renowned Sting playing to the delight of the Catalan public. Enjoy and see you tomorrow.
I don't drink coffee, I take tea, my dear. I like my toast down on one side. Do it. You can hear it in my accent when I talk. I'm an Englishman in New York. You see me walking down Fifth Avenue, a walking cane here at my side. I take it everywhere